So the Game Awards have come and went, and with it, a slew of new games were shown off during the show, from Total War 40K to a new game from the Ascent developers called No Law. This is the first time in a long time I actually feel pretty good coming out of an award show like this. Usually it's a ton of small side-scrolling indie fighters or Japanese uwu games and a bunch of games like Wukong or Wolong or fucking Mahjong and every other game that looks identical to Phantom Blade Zero. No shade though, I just really wish that FPS fans or, guys who like, games that look a little bit darker, I wish we would get fed like these other genres, but this year we actually were shown a ton of games that I'm actually looking forward to. Jeff had a banger of a game to start the show with Star Wars Fate of the Old Republic, but what everybody is talking about today is how Jeff ended the show, where usually we're greeted with a spectacle. Last year was Intergalactic, and in years previous, we get shown games that are usually hyped across the internet. Elder Scrolls 6, everybody expected Half-Life 3. Like, the end of the show is always the stamp at the end of a night to show something that everybody is usually looking forward to. This year, a little bit different. And now, if you're listening to what Jeff Keighley said leading up to the reveal, you would think that we're about to get our dicks blown off.
Sometimes our last reveal at the Game Awards is a teaser for something years and years away.
True.
Not tonight.
Okay.
Our final world premiere comes from 61 members of the team that built Apex Legends and Titanfall. 4 years ago, the principals founded a new independent studio with the hopes of pushing the shooter genre forward with a new original game.
A shooter?
They've done it in complete secrecy, which is even more amazing because the game is very deep into development.
A shooter? Pushing the shooter genre forward, being made by former Titanfall devs? Holy shit. And we're greeted with this.
Welcome to Highguard.
Highguard. Okay. Highguard. And right here is when I realized that this game was fucked. As soon as I saw Buddy's haircut, I knew what we were looking at.
To lands uncharted.
All right, I'm already not feeling good about it.
I venture without fear. And ride without rest. For coin or for cause, I fight to the end.
Bringing the heat.
Your light belongs to me.
Moving in for the attack.
This is why I laugh when people say the game we made was generic. You know what I mean?
Strike fast. Siege tower coming in.
Holy fucking shit, man.
The enemy is on gate.
Yeah, no, the absolute state of FPS, dude. Is it a MOBA?
I am the coming storm.
Oh no, man. Hero shooter?
I am a warden, and this is my
I'm not gonna lie, the haircut automatically set. I was like, yeah, no, it's over. I could tell instantly, dude. Another generic magenta carbon copy slop Concord Realm Royale Paladins MOBA hero shooter blended into one incredibly disliked game across the internet. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're talking about Highguard, a brand new game from old Titanfall and Apex Legends developers. They went and made their own studio, and they put this out. A free-to-play PvP raid shooter where players will ride, fight, and raid as wardens, arcane gunslingers sent to fight for control of a mythical continent. Now, Jeff also made it a point that, we don't have to wait long to try this game out. It's releasing January 26th, 2026, unless it gets delayed. But that's about 6 weeks away. You go to their Steam page, and we don't really know much about what the game is. Their Steam page says that you have to battle rival warden crews for possession of the shield breaker, then break into and destroy the enemy base to secure territory in this all-new breed of shooter. So we have a brand new style of game. It looks like a multi-stage objective PvP shooter. I'm not even sure how many people are going to be in the game, but when you look at the conversation surrounding Highguard, it ain't looking good. Their community hub, now granted, I will say the community hub, usually a cesspool for shit like this. My God, the amount of times I have read Dead on Arrival is fucking insane. Now, I have been messaged saying that the developers are banning people for legitimate criticism. And I gotta say, I've read some of the shit that people are posting over there. It's a fucking disaster. Telling the developers that they have a fetish for humiliation for putting the trailer out will most likely get you banned. It's funny, don't get me wrong, but it will most likely get you banned. When you look at the trailers around the internet, every single place has massive dislikes. The IGN trailer is sitting at 15,000 downvotes, 2.1K up. So realistically, I think most people have already written this game off as a complete disaster, especially because Jeff hyped this game up as from the creators of Titanfall, and then we're given a game that I think missed the mark by probably 6 or 7 years. They already saw what happened with Concord, so I can't imagine how they're feeling at the studio right now. And don't get me wrong, I genuinely feel for these developers because they have clearly put some work in. It doesn't look like it's fucking, trash early access slop. It actually looks like some effort was put in. It just feels like the concept, it feels like the visuals, the actual art style, it's not hitting for people. And I think we knew that from the first few seconds of the trailer, which is unfortunate. Now, this is obviously judging a game before anybody has really got their hands on it. I'm calling it Concord 2.0 based on the reception to the game's aesthetic and the overall negative sentiment around the game going into this launch in about a month's time. The one thing we can say that is different from this game versus Concord is the fact that this game is going to be free to play. Now, you look at Concord was a $40 game, but they did have a free to play beta weekend a couple of weeks before launch. Nobody played that either. So now we can actually look at a game. Everybody said if Concord released free to play, it would have been super popular. Now we can actually see it. And I'm not saying this is Concord. Concord was more of an arena style shooter. What I'm saying is the reception to the art style, the aesthetic, the characters, the vibe, the actual game itself, it's being called Concord 2 fucking everywhere. So now we can actually see if all of the yapping changes if a game comes out at a solid price point, this one being free to play. Now we can actually see the stats. Are people gonna give a shit? Are people just yapping to yap? Or is there merit in saying that the industry is fucking pushing back and are tired of these generic run-of-the-mill fucking hero shooters that we seem to just keep getting shoved down our fucking throats? And of course, you have people on the other side of the fence defending the game saying,
Big Fry, you actually don't know what Concord looked like. This looks like nothing like Concord.
They're the same picture.
It's fucking identical. I've been saying it for years, and I think this is the first time we can look at a Game Awards show. There was a lot of violence. There was some Star Wars games. There was some dark, gritty, cyberpunk shooter fighters. There was that game Gang of Dragon. There was a lot of games that I think appeal to our demographic for the first time in what feels like fucking forever. And then to end the show on this, I get it. I get why people, I don't get why people are upset and attacking the developers. I don't think that's what we need to be doing here. But I get why people are completely writing this game off for simply existing. I totally get it. They have been shoved down our fucking throats for years now, and I think the pushback is just, it's fucking insane. People have had enough of the same old tired fucking shit from the space. I'm not saying these guys are a AAA studio. I don't really know much about them, but I can assure you that they had conversations about their game during Concord. This game has been in development for 4 years, which means they watched Concord's launch. They watched what happened there. They watched the pushback. And I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall at that studio watching that game go out and go down, because Concord had a lot of high quality things going for it. Their cutscenes were fucking incredible. The actual animation quality, it was a solid piece of software, but that doesn't make it a fun game. That doesn't make it a game that appeals to the masses. And honestly, I don't know how this game ends up at the end stamp of a Game Awards show. I really like, obviously they spent a shit ton of money to get there. I just don't get it. I want to know what you guys think. Do you care about Highguard? Are you interested? Let's have a conversation down below. My name is Big Fry. Make sure you guys go to gamersubs.gg, use code BigFry for 10% off your order. Support me over on Patreon, patreon.com/BigFry. We just did our after hours show last night. We got a live stream planned here next week before Christmas, and I got more exclusive content coming your way. And if you guys are looking for a darker indie tactical FPS, check out my game Transients. It's available on Steam right now. It just launched last week. You can pick it up for its launch price, $19.99 with a 15% discount. We partnered with Trepang, Intravenous, and 0 Hour. If you buy it in a bundle, you can get it even cheaper. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next one, Wardens.